today's list is a niche winter fragrance list. These are amazing, warm, but also masculine fragrances that will make you smell absolutely sexy in the wintertime. If you're new to this channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's start with the first scent, one of my favorite men's fragrances. It's MFK Granda, and here I have to tell you that I've got a bit of a secret knowledge. This video is not sponsored, but I wanted to give you that secret knowledge. So Maxaroma will be doing a huge discount on these colognes. I think this one will be 40 something% off. There's like creeds that are going to be 40% off. It's just a crazy discount for Black Friday. It starts on the 23rd of this month, and it's going to go until the 27th. And each day there's going to be new deals, but I know them all, so I'll list them in the description so you can get your bottles while stock lasts. But it's absolutely amazing discounts on pretty much like all the niche brands you can think of. This scent to me is a perfect gentlemanly scent. It smells like you are on a date in Paris. You are just with this beautiful woman and this is how you smell and you're like impressing her. This smells just super masculine but warm. There's this warmth of amber, but it isn't too sweet, so don't be afraid of that. It's a bit musky still. It's so sensual, so romantic. If you want a fragrance that will last as well, this lasts forever. Next fragrance that you might not think maybe it's a typical winter scent, but I would say this is an all year round scent, and it does work in the winter time. And I know you guys leave me comments sometimes, oh, give us like some more of those green scents, because some of us don't like ambers, and this is one of them. It totally works in the winter time. This is green Irish Tweed from Creed, and this scent also is going to be like 41% off or something. Oh my gosh, this scent to me, it's grassy, it's extremely masculine, it's just woody, green, slightly bitter. It's everything. It's more of a traditional scent, but to me it's super sexy. I don't know what it is, but it is, if you are into those more traditional scents, more classic scents, you want a scent to be your signature scent, for example, and you want to wear it all the time and not care if you're like getting older, if you're now younger. Like, this is a scent that transcends time and age, in my opinion, and it's just a classic. It's super good, totally worthy to be in every man's collection, in my opinion. Another scent that is just mind-blowingly good, and this, I just fell in love with this scent at first sniff. This is the kind of impression it gives, and it's Mizensir's Perfect Oud. This scent, I'm not kidding you, but the name, it is perfect. It is literally the perfect oud scent. This, when you smell it, you just transported. This is like the most balanced oud. It's not overtly animalic or dirty. It's just in this perfect like woody intensity, and it's spicy, it's super strong. It is so good. It's one of those, I think, scents that you wear to make yourself feel really confident, and this niche scent, it's just perfection in my opinion. I love it so much. If you wore it, I would be like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? This is such a good scent. Next up, we've got one of my favorite Mancera scents of all time. It's a red tobacco from Mancera. I have to spray it. Man, it is unmistakably just Mancera, strong, aggressive in like the best way. I think masculinity is like a beautiful thing. I know that some people say like, oh, toxic masculinity or whatever, but I think it's beautiful. Like, masculinity is masculine, it's beautiful, and this scent, it is that confidence, that bravery. It just, to me, it is that. It's dry, it's woody, it's very strong, and it's also got the juicy red fruits at the top, which just perfectly with this really great dry woodiness. If you like, for example, oud wood, but you want something stronger and then with juicy red fruitiness on top, this is along those lines. It's really, really attractive and hyper strong. Another really strong scent. I mean, you have to love oud to really pull this off and really love it. But man, this is really high quality, and this scent also is going to be on sale. And it is Nishane Mana. Absolutely amazing. This one will be like 50%, I think, off, which is, you know, the price of Nishane is quite a lot. This scent though is totally worth it. I'm afraid to actually apply it and spray it. Man, it's so strong. It just fills a room. If you love a refined, oudy, slightly animalic, very dry scent, super spicy, oh man, it's so good. If you're into those scents, then this is amazing. You just can smell the quality of it, and you'll probably smell like this for days. It literally is a hyper uber strong scent, but it's not one of those that you want to like scrub off or it's too much, because sometimes oud scents can be that intense. This one has got this animalic quality to it, but it's not too much. It's still very refined and very classic. I love this one personally. It's called Mana. Another scent that is a perfect winter scent is Parfums de Marly Habdan. This scent is one of those less sweet from Parfums de Marly. So if you like maybe a less sweet scent for the winter time and you think all Parfums de Marly fragrances are pretty sweet, because most of them have got a good amount of sweetness, this one is a bit less on the sweet side. It's still got lovely spicy woodiness. It's caramelly, it's woody, it's got some florals in there. But to me, this is a very refined gourmand without being sweet scent. It's just a perfect scent for the winter time with all of the spices, the carameliness. It's super attractive and warming. It's a perfect sweater, scarf weather sort of a fragrance. So if you love that sort of a scent, if you love a more classic scent from Parfums de Marly, I would encourage you to check out this one. And it's not as popular as some of the other ones, so you also smell a bit more original than just wearing something like Harrod or Leighton. Next up, we've got Tiziana Terenzi fragrance, and it's called Kirke. This scent is a fun winter scent. I would say this is for somebody who likes niche scents but also likes tropical fruitiness. If you think of like Erba Pura from Zajov or fragrances like that, but with a bit more of the roundness to it, this will be pretty much it. It's one of those that I love just recommending for the winter time, because it's got a bit of that tropical fruitiness, so it makes you think of like happiness, sun, sunnier times, but also has got this transparent woodiness that makes it wearable and makes it stay around for the winter time. So if you like the sound of that, then you'll for sure love this. This to me is a fun guy. Like, he might be like just making jokes all the time. He's got a great sense of humor and he loves niche fragrances. This is that sort of a guy, and I love sometimes like wintertime maybe. If you dislike sweet fragrances for the winter time, if you want something super different, then this one would be perfect for you. Next up is my love, Widian New York Extrait. This fragrance is really impressive. I would say if you want a fragrance that is niche and that people will be like asking you, what are you wearing? You know, attention grabbing. This is it. It's ambery, it's super spicy, but it opens up really bright and light, which is surprising. To me, it reminds me a bit of Baccarat Rouge, to be honest, but it's not a dupe in any way, shape or form, but it does have that lightness to it that Baccarat Rouge has, but it's got tons of spices. It's ambery. It's like, even my hairdresser, he was like, my friend from London, like it's sold out in London, and he asked me to get it from here, and we can't track it down because it does sell out everywhere. It's such a fragrance that you really like. I smelled it and I was like, I'm sold. It's literally love at first sniff. It's super impressive. I highly recommend it, and it's also going to be on sale. Next up, we've got BDK Chanel Extrait. This Extrait version, I think it's so much, it's just a masculine version of Gris Chanel, the eau de parfum. So don't buy the eau de parfum, buy the Extrait. This fragrance is very oriental. It's like you took maybe Amouage Interlude and you added just loads of like tonka bean, just vanilla deliciousness into it, a bit of fig. That would be the fragrance. So it's warm and milky and slightly figgy, but also spicy like Interlude, just those oriental spices. It's super unusual. It's got a nice tail of fragrance when you apply it and you wear it. Oh, spiciness. It's super sexy. It's moody, sexy, very original. I would say that this is just a standout from this list. I love it when my husband wears this fragrance. He has worn like 1/4 of a bottle last year in the winter time, and this year I'm sure he'll make another dent into it. But this scent is just to die for, and it's one of those that is just outstandingly different from the line. Let me know what is your favorite niche cologne that you wear and you're obsessed with at the moment. This has been one of my favorites for years now for men. It's a fragrance that you would wear if you want to feel zen, if you want to feel centered, if you've got a stressful life and you want a fragrance that will just calm you down. This is so incredibly sexy, but also everyday wearable, which is a unique quality to it. And it's Initio Rehab. Man, this is just magic. It's a huge dose of lavender. It's also very powdery. You just feel like you're surrounded by snow, just white, fresh fallen snow. You've got lavender. It's slightly spicy, slightly sweet, but there is this like zen quality to it. It's super sexy, lasts a long time as well. One of my favorites from Initio. This is just so different. You smell it and you're like, whoa, what is this? And this lavender note just makes it a killer. Subscribe if you haven't already for more cologne videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.